taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now here comes Teddy Bridgewater, first-round pick back in 2014 as he looks to command this Panther offense.
What an audition last year for Teddy Bridgewater in New Orleans. Not one that he expected to have happen with the injury to Drew Brees. But he stepped into the breach, and the Saints went 5-0 in his starts. And he showed the rest of the league he was ready to be a starting quarterback again. Now he gets his opportunity with a brand-new head coach, a brand-new organization in Carolina.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 12 carries, 56 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Third down.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Sack. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
To DJ Moore.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
To Blake Jarwin.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
First down, Panthers.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
McCaffrey on the carry.
Another nice play there by Chris Jones, a Pro Bowler for the first time in 2020. A 5-year man out of Mississippi State. I would dare say plenty more Pro Bowls for him coming up.
On second down, McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense. What's up, man?
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Anthony Hitchens. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 9-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Ricky Seals.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
There's nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Panthers nothing.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mahomes going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Eric Berry, the safety, comes flying in for the sack.
The tackle.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They go play fake. Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelce. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Hill! Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot down.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The ball carrier.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
At their own 6-yard line.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
5 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
Just say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This to Jarwin. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That catch good for only a couple.
To DJ Moore.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
First down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Touchdown, Carolina.
DJ Moore in the final seconds of the first half. The Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Extra point right down the middle. So we've come to halftime after, well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Returning it, John Ross. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 20.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
23-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhanded, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Now
after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's having a day here in quarter number 3, over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one, because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. He's got his man. That's Hardman. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nicole Hardman, 69 yards. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Brought down by Shaq Thompson.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. That one good for 26 and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just won't pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Complete.
Just a yard to go here on second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Panthers' 23-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He was covered by Dante.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 3.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes it to Lee. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
There he goes, right side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
First down, Carolina.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin.
Bridgewater's pass.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And a Panther first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And goal.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And again, it's Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To the air again with Bridgewater. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
He is good.
And he's got it up and through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 33 and a first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll lose